anyone tuning in yet. But hey, if you get to hop on here in a second, this is typically not what we do. Usually we used to go live at 5, and now we're having our life skills class at 3. But I'm a little sick. If you can't tell, you can tell I'm at my house right now. So that is why we are going live at 4 today. Having to rework the schedule just a little bit to work for me. So appreciate that for y'all being flexible to go with me. I will give us just a few minutes. I would love to see who gets to pop on. I'm pretty excited about what we're doing today. I'm going to be talking about emotional intelligence and emotional skills, something that personally I'm really passionate about, so we should be in for a good time. But for now, I will keep quiet and just wait until we have a few more people pop on. If you are here, make sure to put your name in the comment and say hi, because I want to know if you're here. Hi, Sunny James, Gabe, and Danica. Hi, guys. Since you guys just got here, I'll go over what I was talking about. As y'all can tell, I'm at my house right now. There's all my stuff behind me. And I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. That is why I'm at my house and why we're doing this an hour later than we usually do, because we tried to start doing life skills at 3 now, and we have that in person at the OC. But we no longer, or we're not doing that today just because I'm not feeling too good and I needed to bump it back a little bit. I went to go get a COVID test at UAMS today, and it took an hour and a half, so it was really crazy. But I'm looking forward to today. Sunny, I'm glad you're here because I know we've talked about this before. We're going to be reviewing Dear Man, which is a skill that comes from DBT, which is a form of therapy that is really interesting, and I would actually like to know a whole lot more about. But we will get into it here in just a moment. I'm going to wait and see if we have anyone else who wants to join us in the next couple of minutes. Okay, not sure if we have anyone else. Oh, by the way, I'm doing this from my phone, which I haven't done in a minute. But Sunny, I'm seeing where you said you remember the dear part of Dear Man, but not the MAN part, which is totally fine because we will go over all of it. I think what I have to do is actually push down the chat icon here on the screen to see when y'all type in the chat, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I wish that it would pop up automatically, which is probably what it should be doing, but I'm not quite sure how to fix that. But should be fine. Okay, we've been live for about 6 minutes now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Just a reminder, if you are tuning in, I don't think, Sunny, I think you're the only person here, which is fine, because it's showing that there's one person. But if there is someone else, just wanted to say hello and welcome. And if you are tuned in, make sure to leave your name in the comments or put something in the chat so that I can say hello. And I promise I'm going to stop trying to touch this as much as I do. But welcome, everyone. Thanks for bearing with me in my house, sounding incredibly sick. But I am doing all right, and I hope you guys are too. And I'm excited today to be talking about Dear Man. And if you don't know what Dear Man is, it is a skill. It is an emotional skill. So this is something that you use when you want to accomplish a certain purpose, okay? And for this particular skill, the purpose is to get what you want. And I love the way that that is phrased because if we really boil it down, every conflict, every argument, every fight, every altercation really boils down to someone involved in the incident that isn't getting something that they want. And what's really cool is that you can use a skill and it helps you learn how to effectively deal with another person to where you can get what you want. And that's good. If we're being honest, I think all of us would say that we want to get what we want. We know that life is not fair in the world. You know, we're not at the center of the universe. We don't always get our way. But it's nice to know that there are some things that you can do to talk with others and kind of try to get the situation worked out. And I know that right now, this probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But once we get into it, it'll make a whole lot more sense. I promise. I'm going to check the chat real quick. Okay. So Dear Man is DEAR, dear, and then MAN is man. And that's an acronym, okay? So each one of those letters stands for a different part of the skill that you use at a different time, okay? And so let's just go ahead and jump right in. The D stands for describe, okay? And so if you let me back up a little bit. Let's say you're in a situation where you are upset with someone. It could be that you would like to tell this person to stop doing something that they are doing. Or maybe you would like them to start doing something. And so this is a way to bring that up and kind of have that conversation instead of getting into a fight or getting really mad at each other. Inherently, there's nothing wrong with being angry at someone, but you can handle it in a certain way to where you can, where both people involved accomplish something. They have a purpose and they meet that purpose. That is not always the case when we argue with others. So this skill kind of helps you to do it in a mature way. But the D stands for describe, okay? And so today the example we're going to go with is, just imagine in this scenario that you made dinner and you ask this person to come and eat the dinner that you made them at 7 p.m. But they don't arrive until 11, okay? So that sucks. You know, you spend all this time preparing the meal, you're getting it ready for them, you're ready to go at 6:30, you're early, and then they don't get there until 11. Okay, so you're obviously probably a little bit angry about that. And you want to have a conversation about why that irritates you. Let me check the chat real quick. Okay, cool. And so what you want to do, let's say they get home and it's 11. The first thing you want to do is describe using absolute facts what is happening, okay? And so it's tempting, right? And imagine yourself in a situation. What I would want to do if someone is 3 hours late for dinner I made, I would be like, what is wrong with you? Did you forget how to tell time? Are you stupid? You probably don't care about anything I'm trying to do. And that's just me, you know. I would be really upset, like, you're not valuing my time. But a really good way to start is to just describe what is happening. You might tell the person, okay, I have been working really hard on this dinner. I had it ready for you at 7. It is now 11, and so you're 3 hours late. Okay? You stick to just the facts. Okay? This is not where you add in anything about how you're feeling or what your personal observation is or any insults. This is when you simply describe the facts. Okay? Here's factually, literally what is happening. Okay? Because this is setting the tone for why you're having this conversation, right? So in this case, it's I started making dinner. I had it ready on time. I worked really hard. You told me you were going to be here at 7, but it's now 11. So you're about 3 hours late. Okay? And so that's the D, is just describe, using facts only, what's happening. And now let's move on to E. So we have DEAR, dear, and now we're at the E, and the E is for express. Okay? So now it's time for you to express your feelings about the facts. Okay? And this can get a little bit tricky, okay? But here's where you're expressing your own personal feelings toward what the facts are. So, I've had dinner ready. You didn't get here. You are late. So, I feel disrespected. I feel like my hard work doesn't mean much to you if, you don't make an effort to be here on time. And I printed out this piece of paper. What this says is, when you come home so late, I start to worry about you. Okay? So you kind of make it clear. This is the part of the exercise where you make it clear, why you're upset. Because it can be different from person to person. You could be upset because, hey, I worked really hard and you weren't here. It makes me feel like you don't care. Or it might be, you were super late. I was worried about you. So I've kind of been going insane and I had no idea what was going on. Right? There can be different reasons for why you're upset about something. So now is when you express how you feel about what the facts are. And again, this is not the time where you tell them how wrong they are or express how you think they're stupid or disrespectful. That doesn't have any place when we're doing it this way, right? This is just expressing. Okay, I hope that I reconnected. It's saying I resumed, so I hope I've still got you. Sunny, if you're there, let me know. Hopefully that worked. But we did the D and the E. So D is to, I gotta look down. Describe the situation. And then E is express how you're feeling about the facts that you described. And then the A is to assert. Okay, and assert just